Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Bitcoin Analysis, the crypto analysis channel that will help you make better investment decisions regarding altcoins and Bitcoin. Today we'll talk about Lamden with their token Tau. If you haven't heard of this coin, they're an infrastructure coin. Right now they're at 31 cents, 32 cents. They're all fluctuating between 32 and 30 cents. And let's take a look at their graph, at the log scale graph. Again, like I say in most of my videos, I always look at the log scale because then you have an idea of what a 1% change is in the graph, because then the graph has equal 1% changes all around and not, for example, 20, 30 cent jumps. And then when the price goes up by a lot, like it did here in the beginning, it doesn't look that crazy. So again, going back to log scale, the price had dipped to around 6 cents and then stayed below 10 cents for a while in April, but now it rallied up, almost hitting 40 cents. But it's still fairly cheap if you compare it to the $1.20, $1.30, $1.30, $1.20 price that it was right at the beginning. So let's jump straight to the presentation. So here first, Tau. So what is Lamden? This quote I took from their own website. All my research I search online, I read their white paper. So if there's anything wrong, please let me know. But this quote I got straight from their website. So Lamden's unique developer kit includes tools for blockchain generation, decentralized package management, and independent chain-to-chain communication to create vast networks of blockchain applications that can transfer any asset across them. So what this is saying is that Lamden, one of the main tools for Lamden is that it is also a developer tool for companies and individuals who want to develop their own blockchain. Contrary to what other infrastructure blockchains are out there, Ethereum, Neo, Dragon Chain, One Chain, Lamden also offers you a developer tool. So what this means is that with Lamden, you can create your own blockchain, and they claim you can create your own blockchain within 15 minutes because they have everything. They have templates ready for you to use. So for like a WordPress, if you have ever heard of WordPress, it's a website where you can create your own website, and they have already ready to use templates. So Lamden is trying to get a little bit of this idea and implementing it into cryptocurrencies and blockchains. And for this, they created their own programming language, Seneca, but it's based on Python. For those of you who don't know, Python is, I personally don't know a lot. Just from talking to people that program, they say Python is a really good programming language for beginners. It's easy to understand, and this is a good advantage they have because then it's easier for people who are not necessarily 100% programmers to get into this idea of theirs. So let's move into what is the division of Lamden. So the first one is Saffron. So Saffron within Lamden is actually the generator tool. That's where you'll have pre-built blockchain templates. And again, this is a quote straight from their white paper. Oh, let me go back. So this is a quote from their white paper. Saffron contains the necessary methods needed to accept payment channel transactions and interact with the larger Lamden chain. So this is just saying that all the pre-built blockchain templates and the templates created within the blockchain, the Lamden blockchain, they are already connected. So the second one is Club. And what mainly Club does, it allows for atomic swaps. If you don't know what an atomic swap is in cryptocurrency, what it is that you can exchange one cryptocurrency for another right away without the need of a third party. So for example, nowadays if you have Bitcoin and you want to buy Neo, you have to go to an exchange and buy Neo with Bitcoin, and they'll charge a fee. What Lamden gets rid of is the third party. So you'll get within their blockchain, you'll be able to get other cryptocurrencies for no fee and no third party involved. This is really good because then if the major cryptocurrencies are incorporated into the Lamden blockchain, this could potentially drive out exchanges just because now you don't have the need to go to an exchange to get different currencies. So you could just right away use Lamden to buy new tokens. Maybe it will not necessarily drive out exchanges in the sense that you still can speculate and do margin trading. That's not what Lamden is about. But in the sense that just to acquire on a day-to-day basis cryptocurrencies, if you're using different blockchains and all that, you do through Lamden and not through exchanges. And then another quote from their white paper: Club is primarily the infrastructure that links private chains together over a common protocol. So this is just saying that the team is working really hard to accept different cryptocurrencies for atomic swaps. So if you guys are interested in join their Telegram channel, they have weekly updates where they tell you new coins that have been added to atomic swaps. And that's what this quote is saying. It's an infrastructure that are linking different private chains together using Lamden. The next division is Flora. Flora is used for sharing ideas and code among the Lamden or Tau. Tau is the token from the Lamden blockchain. If you're developing something that's really unique or you want people to give their opinions what you're developing just to better the product, that's the part of the blockchain that you will use, Flora. You will share your idea, you will share your code, and people will help you. Moving to another quote from their white paper: the purpose of Flora is to host a decentralized package repository, namespace system, and discovery tool so that developers of the Lamden chains can connect with other developers, play off each other's innovations, and lead to greater state of cryptocurrency. So they're just trying to build a great community by sharing ideas and everyone being able to give their 2 cents on whatever the subject is. And if a lot of people are working together in an idea, that will develop a lot faster and possibly a lot better. So this is their idea, just also creating a good community to support all the different blockchains, cryptocurrencies, everything that will come up with Lamden when it's launched. And the last one is Cilantro, which is a newer one, but Cilantro, it's a blockchain that will act as the foundation upon which all of Lamden's development tools operate. So Cilantro is what makes Lamden possible. It's not necessarily anything too wide, but it's just that's what makes Lamden possible to work. So we'll move on to the pros of Lamden. So the team is actually delivering things ahead of schedule. They have a roadmap, but if you look at the roadmap, a lot of things they had put the date for the second quarter of this year, they got done before. This is just a good indication that the team is working really hard to make this an actually good cryptocurrency valuable to the community, and that they want it to be launched as fast as possible, but at the same time doing a good job. The second one, that when they launched the testnet, the blockchain went up to 10,000 transactions per second. This is a really great number because I think it's second only to EOS, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have a table in a second showing different numbers. But 10,000 transactions is really good compared to all the other blockchains that are out there. So 10,000 transactions is just a great number compared to all the other blockchains that are out there. And this just puts Lamden at the top when they launch the product, because people will see the difference. We'll see that they are already ready to be a big product compared to Bitcoin that has 2, 3, maybe 5 transactions a second. Here you have 10,000. So this is already a very robust product once it's launched. Again, one more time, the Seneca, the programming language, is based on Python. So it's it's the easier to learn programming language if you want to get into it. So a lot of people can learn faster and start developing. It doesn't take lots of years to just learn the language, learn how to start programming. And this just brings more people into it. It gets more attention. So another point is zero fee transactions. This is just an amazing way that Lamden found that they could better themselves compared to other cryptocurrencies when you have fees. For example, even Bitcoin that has large fees. So the more the price of the token goes up, the larger the fees are if nothing is done, obviously. So Lamden will never have this problem because all transactions are free. So this is another thing that all users of Lamden don't have to worry about just because they'll never pay any fees. And then last one, as I talked about it, atomic swaps. This is one technology that just allows you to exchange one currency for another currency straight away with no fees, no third parties, no exchanges involved. So those are really good big pros for Lamden. This makes it a very solid product. Now let's move to the cons and see what the cons are. The first one is that the team, it's inexperienced compared to other teams. They have some fairly good advisors, but for example, the CEO is maybe 2-3 years out of college. Not that that's a big thing nowadays, but if they want investors, if they want a lot of people to come in, a lot of people are looking into what is the team made of? Who's part of the team? Is it a good team? Do they have people with a lot of experience that really know what they're doing, or is it just a bunch of kids that maybe are trying something new and don't really know what to do with the money we're investing in the company? So this, I don't necessarily see. I don't personally see this as a big con, just because sometimes an inexperienced team might be able to deliver more than an experienced team just because they want to prove themselves. But again, this is something only time will tell. If this is something that really bothers you, then don't invest on it. But if you're not that worried about this, then there are other cons, but the pros are really good as well. They have some heavyweight competitors. Because they're infrastructure coin, they'll have other competitors like Ethereum, OneChain, EOS, Neo, Dragon Chain, Arc, Icon, and these are already 1 billion and above market cap coins. And right now, Lamden is sitting at 45 million market cap. So if you really like this coin, this is definitely the time to invest in it. But if you don't like it, maybe there's a reason why the price hasn't gone up like all the other coins. Depends. Third, transactions per second could be a problem in the future if not addressed. So I'll actually now move to a quote that I researched. Because they can do 10,000 transactions a second, I was researching about how much, for example, Visa can do, and then Visa says that they do around 150 million transactions each day, and that averages to about 15 to 1600 transactions a second, which is let's round, which is about 7 times less than what the Lamden blockchain can do. But here's a quote from Visa itself, from this website, mybroadband.com or .co.za. I'll have the link in the description if you want to read it yourself. But at the very end, Visa says that they ran tests in their network and that their network is capable of supporting more than 56,000 transactions per second. So let's say if Lamden wants to be the next big thing, in a way, this 10,000 transactions per second number worries me, because if Visa itself on an average day does 1,600 transactions, that's just Visa itself. Then you have MasterCard, American Express, and they'll take up, let's say they are the same number. I don't know if they are, it's just an assumption. But that would take up more than half of Lamden's transactions per second infrastructure, just those 3 companies alone. So to me, if they want to be the next big thing, transactions per second should be improved. And that's something that where the team has not been necessarily 100% clear on what could they do if one day they had to increase transactions per second. So right now they haven't really talked a lot about it, but also it's not a problem right now. So maybe that's something they'll work on in the future. Lastly, but not least, they were scheduled, or at least they said after the ICO, they would have a coin burn of coins that weren't sold. But the team actually decided not to have the coin burn, and they decided to have these coins set up in a fund for later use. A lot of people in the community got really upset because companies that are serious, they will not just say something, that they'll do something pretty much with your money, because you put your money in the company and they said they were going to do something, and after that they just did something completely the opposite in this case, and disregarded totally what they had promised to the community. So a lot of people in the community are very upset. Some people even took their investment out just because this was a little bit of a sign maybe of the inexperience from the team, or maybe that they might not be as serious as everyone thought. And I think this is a bigger point here to be talked about, just because this could really mean something. Nowadays we have hundreds of coins out there, and we don't usually have a lot of information to make a good analysis on. So we try to read the white paper, we try to look at the team, we try to look at the idea and interpret it. But we'll only know when the team actually does good or bad actions. In this case, they're both, because they have been delivering ahead of time, but at the same time, they have totally discarded what they were going to do. So it's up to you. I don't know if you like it. I'll go back to my browser because I wanted to show you guys. If you go, they updated the website not too long ago. They had earlier a version of this table that didn't really have all the correct information. Again, I have not checked personally all the information in this table, so I cannot guarantee anything. This is just what is on their website and what they're showing everyone interested in, what their product does. So if we compare Lamden with other infrastructures, so they have Arc, Aeon, Icon, OneChain, Lisk, EOS, Dragon Chain, and Neo. So these are all they're comparing. Pretty much they all have decentralized applications. All of them have decentralized applications. Interchain support. Arc has it, Icon has it, OneChain, and Dragon Chain and Neo have it. Then we move to the big thing, transactions per second. As you can see here, for Icon is unknown. So, but if we take a look here, let's take a look at EOS, 100,000 transactions per second. This is 10 times greater than Lamden. So this is a huge number. A lot of people, EOS spiked a week ago, and maybe the reason is that a lot of people are realizing that now this is the big thing. Maybe not. Maybe Lamden will be the next big thing. We never know. But just showing, this is the number that I was talking about, that EOS does 100,000 and Lamden does 10,000. Free transactions. EOS also has free transactions. Neo has free transactions. And that's about it. Atomic swaps. Let's go back. Atomic swaps, as you can see. So Lamden is the only one with atomic swaps. And this is a very big plus because, again, like I said, you will be able to exchange one cryptocurrency for another right away without involving a third party. So you won't have to, for example, if you want Lamden, or if you want, let's say Ethereum and Neo are supported by the Lamden blockchain, you no longer have to go to an exchange to buy Ethereum with Neo or vice versa. You you just use the Lamden blockchain and it swaps for you with no fees right away. A communication with any blockchain, so Lamden yes, Arc yes, Aeon yes, and Dragon Chain yes. Okay. Turing complete smart contract language yes, Arc in development, Icon yes, Lisk in development, and Neo yes. As you can see, Neo is also a really good competitor. A lot of people say this is the year that Neo will take off. We're all waiting. The market is still recovering, but we'll see. Code-based language. So this is where I talked about Python. As you can see, Icon also uses Python, and Dragon Chain. So not necessarily unique in the sense that an infrastructure cryptocurrency is using Python. And then here's the big one, included developer tools. This is where the blockchain templates come in. And as they show here, as of now and as of the information on their website, no other big infrastructure cryptocurrencies have it. And also they have a different consensus. It's not important right now in the case of investing in it. If you're definitely more interested in learning more about it, go check their website. Their white paper talks about it. Their white paper goes into a lot of detail about the code they use for each division, for Flora, Clover, Saffron. So it's really interesting if you know a little bit of coding. And that's about it. Let me know in the comments below if you like this coin, if you're going to invest, if not. So if you like what I'm doing with this channel, please leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.